Hello, Stamper. Welcome to Frenchie's video. I'm France Martin, independent demonstrator with Stamping Up at frenchiestamps.com. Today I'm going to share how to do that clamshell with the pearl in the center, and I am using the pearl paper. And now, yeah, I got it. I thought, where did I put my paper? The pearl paper, Pearlescent paper, it on page 139 in the annual catalog. That paper go very lovely with this set. And so let me move that aside. And this, because it's not a it's not a regular cardstock, so it's kind of a glaze on it. The best thing to stamp with that would be stays on. You can use regular ink. It's going to take a long time to dry, depending where you are. If you're in the south, I don't even know if it's gonna dry, to be honest. So the best thing to do is, if you want to color, I'm going to stamp with crumb cake, and we're going to heat emboss it with clear powder on top. So yes, you can use any color, and that work on regular cardstock too. You just have to put your powder quick on it before it would dry on regular cardstock. So I put the clamshell and the pearl all on the same thing here. We're going to go ahead, make sure it fit. I didn't pay attention to that. Voila. Now we're going to use the clear embossing powder. So let me put the clear embossing powder on this. This little bucket here had a better day. Here we go. And always tap. Now let's bring the E tool here. That little powder just gives me the shiver when I put my hand on that. I don't know, it just do. Okay, now we're gonna heat set that. Here we go. You're gonna see it shining, and it turned kind of pink with the powder, but it is from cake. It's just the way that it heats set it with the powder. Want to make sure that it's all heat set. Et voila. Okay, now that it's done, like I said, the ink gonna take a while to dry. So you can take, like I use um, blushing bright and sponge it a little bit on that one too. I use a little bit of um, balmy blue to add like kind of that mother of pearl in it, and just a little bit on the shell. And on the shell too, I use a bit of pear pizzazz, just a little bit. Okay, it's pretty much, that's a bit too much. I'm going to use the crumb cake here, add a little bit of crumb cake. And you can wipe it. That's won't absorb where it's embossed. The back, it's going to take a little bit to dry, like I said. Or here's another one. You can use the blends. When you're going to use the blends, it will also absorb where you emboss. But like for my pearl, I want a little bit of that pink on it. And then I'm going to use, you want very light. I'm going to use the sea foam. Is it sea foam? 1 second. Yes. I'm going to use the sea foam, but the dark. You can use the light, but the light barely show. And I'm going to add a little bit of that. So it just gives me that pearl effect. Whoops. So now I'm going to die cut this, because right now it looks like a big mess, right? So we can die cut both at the same time. So I'm going to put that one, and then the little circle. Oh, here it is. I thought, wait a minute. And so to make sure it don't move, especially when you get two um, image, I'm going to put this right here to make sure it don't move on me. Let me pass that in the machine quick. Oops, one move. One, they both move. Okay, I didn't pay attention. Whoops, that's okay. We will cut that separately here. Let me do this. We're still going to manage it. 1 second. Okay, you see that one, it got kind of funky because it moved on me. I still gonna use it just because I don't want to take the time to do another one. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add a little bit more pink here. That one don't really show. I still gonna use it, but it would look better if it would be the other one, okay? What I like to do with my pearls, I like to use my pick tool to cover anything that you would have that it's rounded. Like a pencil would be almost too sharp, or even your, or maybe the big tip or a score. Okay, the big tip of the Simply Score or the stylus, that would work. Okay, and you just go little round, little round. So like this here, I go in the center, and I just turn it. Go in the center and turn it. What's going to happen? It give the it curl that up, and see, it don't even show. Now it's going to work perfect. Now this thing, you're going to use a dimensional in the back, and I like to use the small one. And the reason why I like to use the small one, it's because the big one won't flat this up because it's almost the same size. So I like to use the small one. I tried two. I thought two is going to be better, rounded more. Two was too much. You could see it on the side. Now I'm going to take this, put that right in the center here. See, now you get the depth of this pearl. Now, for the card itself, it's on Very Vanilla that measure 4 1/4 by 11, score at 5.5. Inside, I stamp the sand and the seashell there. It's all from the same stamp set. Woo, tough time with my words. Now for the edge, I use the scissors. We're going to do the other piece. Now, I would not use a new pair of scissors for this. Absolutely not. You're going to dull your scissors. If you get any old scissors that really don't cut good, that's where you want to use it. Now I'm using that beautiful ribbon here. I will have all the links and the product number and so on to order on my blog. Right below, you get the direct link. This is kind of a linen thread white ribbon. Going to put that right there just with that adhesive. Now the pink one, that's blushing bright. This one, oh, that is 2.5 by 3 3/4. I am not gonna what it's called, fray it on the side. This one go flat. Okay, this here. Oh, and I forgot my greeting. Well, we're gonna put that right now. That's funny. So for my greeting, I'm using a crumb cake. Et voila. Okay, so when you do that with the scissors, like I said, I would not use a new pair of scissors. You have to hold your paper tight. That is the trick. If you don't have a good grip on your paper, it's just going to really see it just bend the paper. So if you hold it a good grip, now you can put the pressure. Oh, that's okay. I'm going to keep that. You're going to see what I'm going to do with that. I think these scissors, I didn't get my old ones. See how sharp they are? But that's okay. You know what? Let me grab the other scissors. Those one are brand new, I think. I grabbed the wrong one. And I'm going to keep those things there. I'm going to put it even more vintage. Okay, so this here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to roll that up a bit. So I done mini cards with that. And now I want another one like here. See, this one don't, these scissors are the good one for this. So if you do that, you can always use your, and we're going to add a little bit more vintage to it. You know what? It's always good when something not planned happen. Okay, now we get this. We're going to glue that on top of our card, our layer here. I want a little bit more. See, the bottom was not. The trick is really to hold your paper tight, okay? For some of you, you're going to see, oh, that's messy. It's very vintage. It's very distressed, put it that way. I like it. I like distress. So now for my shell, what I did, I used my bone folder and I just curl it a little bit here. See, so this one is curl more at the top. That would be, and here also just a little bit, that it give a little bit of depth. See? Then I can go even here. Now the go at the bottom. So now this I still have a dimensional. Usually I don't like to use two layers of dimensional, but for this one I will. Gonna put that right there and one right there. And then I'm gonna put that right here. And I will take my wink of Stella and add a little bit of blink here. The wink of Stella with this set really add quite a bit to it just because it's that sparkle like the water, the sunshine hitting the water, right? Et voila. So now you got it. See this one, I curled it more and I think it's even better. So each time you're going to do it depends with the color because this I let it dry longer before touching it. So when you sponge it, you don't want to touch it right yet because it's going to go on your hand. You want to let it dry. It's not like a regular cardstock. It's you get that glaze on it, so it's going to take a little bit longer to dry. It's not like the glossy paper. The glossy paper you really have to use the stays on. This one get a little bit of it absorb a little bit at least. So that is it, my friend. I will have all measurement, all the supplies and color that I use right below in the direct link to my blog. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time, happy stamping, my friend. Have a great